Hello! And welcome to another Chinese food adventure. You know that feeling of going into a store, wanting to buy just one thing, but you come out with a whole new wardrobe? Well, today is the restaurant equivalent of that. Wow.
Wow.
So stay tuned for some good food, of course some good laughs, and as always, don't forget to subscribe. So last video we made for my channel, it came to my attention that Dad, in his entire life, has never had French toast.
I have never had French toast.
Never?
Never.
Of any kind?
Any kind.
Which feels like something we really need to address.
Toast. I've been to France, but I've never linked the two.
So you may remember on my recent trip to Hong Kong, I was more than a little obsessed with the French toast there. So I thought, let's kill two birds with one stone. Let's introduce Dad to French toast, Hong Kong style, and also satisfy my own crippling cravings by heading back to Kowloon Cafe here in Sydney with Mum and Dad. It's a restaurant serving up Hong Kong diner classics, and of course, it wouldn't be the real deal if the menu wasn't absolutely massive and full of variety. I mean, it's only at a Hong Kong diner. You could eat French toast, curry fish balls, fresh tomato soup, and fried rice all in the same meal.
I'll give you some recommendation from each section. So pineapple bun you've tried last time.
Yeah.
I do recommend the honey pepper chicken wings. The rice dishes, curry beef brisket. That's one of the top seller. I'm not sure if you guys eat oxtail.
I eat everything.
So oxtail slow cooked with black pepper and red wine juice. These are all classic Hong Kong style fried noodles.
You best believe Mum's got her eye on that section of the menu.
If you like something spicy, you can go E11, which is stir-fried barbecue pork with vermicelli and XO sauce.
I have to say, I love this. Have a little bit of spice.
XO is very typical Hong Kong sauce. Very, very delicious.
Pork and prawn wonton soup. Ooh, who doesn't want a wonton? I want a wonton.
This section we've got baked hot chop with rice. That's one of #1 seller actually.
And also, do you do French toast?
French toast, yes.
I think our strategy is to go for like one thing per section, so we can have like a good cross section of the variety here. And when I mean variety, it's the thing I found so intimidating about Chat Ting in the past, and why I didn't really get into them before, is this just you walk in and you don't know, do I go for pork chop with rice, satay, or egg sandwich? And talking of egg sandwich, they do have that on the menu here. And egg sandwich I am a little bit scarred by. The first time I was in Hong Kong, I tried to go to this really famous, it's an institution, it's called the Australian Dairy Company, and I thought, oh, I'm Australian, let's go to the dairy company. Anyway, I didn't realize that they were famous for having a little bit more brusque service style. Brusque, a little rude.
Oh, okay.
They just, anyway, they, long story short, threw me out because I had my
Threw
camera.
you out?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And I've seen some people making vlogs there.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe they just didn't like the look of me.
Well, what's not to like? You're beautiful.
I have a pimple. It's really big. Anyway, enough pimple chat, because our first dish, the curry beef brisket, has arrived. And once the floodgates opened, the dishes just kept coming and coming and coming.
Maybe cut the egg sandwich. It's going to be too much food. Don't worry about the egg sandwich.
And an egg sandwich.
Oh, hey!
You had to order
Oh,
this.
there we go.
wow.
There's a lot of food. Oh, boy. I'm going to have to loosen the belt, I think.
But believe it or not, we haven't finished ordering. It wouldn't be a real Hong Kong diner experience without some drinks. Much like the rest of the menu, the choices are aplenty. I ordered us a lemon iced tea, a salted lemon Sprite, my personal favorite, and also a red bean ice.
It's got my name written all over it.
How's it taste?
Really interesting. I
Yeah?
like it. You think it's going to be really super sweet. It's not super sweet, that's why it's the red bean. It's sweet enough.
Do you like red bean? I can't remember. No.
Not overly, but I like that.
Anyway, let's start getting stuck into this meal before it gets too cold.
Wow.
Wow.
I think you'd be hard pressed to find a more diverse table of food.
These little babies sitting in front of me,
That's
wafting their aroma to me. It's like torture.
Here we go. I officially let you have that. It's got honey, pepper, and I believe also black bean.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so good.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
Nut flavor combination. Holy moly, I could eat a bowl of those.
Easily.
I better have another one.
And I think the perfect accompaniment to those wings is this lemon iced tea. This is another Hong Kong specialty. I'm gonna try it. It's so good. It's like the perfect balance between tea and sweet
that's
and
really
lemon.
nice.
I like that.
Do you like that?
Very
Do you like
nice.
that better than the salted lemon one?
Try again.
I love the salted lemon one. Oh, I could drink that all day. It's so refreshing because it's not so overwhelming on the sweetness. Like I would never sit down and just have a can of Sprite. I don't.
It's way too sweet.
It's way too sweet for me.
I'm quite happy with what I've been gifted here.
Have to admit, this is a curveball I wasn't expecting. Let's start digging into these
Okay.
mains. We've got this curry brisket. It looks so good. Apparently, this is one of their best sellers.
It smells wonderful.
Oh,
Yummy. That is so tender.
I really like Hong Kong style curry.
yeah, I
The
like the
curries
curry.
are really nice. It's got a tiny bit of heat, but it's not overwhelming.
It's very mild. Yeah, there's so many curry options in like a typical chasanting in Hong Kong. I went to one and I got myself a curry, like just chicken breast. But on the menu, there were like 10 different things that you could have with your curry. Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that'll be the best bite.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, if I wasn't in the restaurant right now,
So you have the power. What
Oh.
should the next dish be?
XO. I've been salivating looking at that for a long time.
It's a really packed noodle. I mean, it almost looks like there are more ingredients in that than the noodle itself. They look so good, really saturated.
Oh, yum.
That's a good fried noodle.
That is a great noodle. Really packed with all sorts of little bits and pieces in there. It's delicious.
Yeah,
Really
I love
it.
all the textures. You've got like some fresh veggies in there. You've got some chili. You've got onion, but you've also got some nice soft meat in there as well. Bean sprouts. I always love a bean sprout with a fried noodle.
very nice noodle. But you know what I'm looking forward to?
The cheese.
The cheese.
I'm gonna need to take a lactase for that
Okay.
one. This I didn't
So
have in
good.
Hong Kong. It's pork chop baked rice in a tomato
Smells
sauce.
Looks so good.
I cannot wait to try that. So you've got the pork chop there under that cheesy tomatoey layer, and on the very bottom you've got the rice. It's an interesting combination because usually when you see tomato sauce and cheese, you're expecting the carb to go with it is like a spaghetti, but with the rice in there, it's so interesting. And look, a token
Yum.
vegetable. Oh, it's quite cheesy. Look at that
Very
cheese.
gooey. I'm very
Yes.
worried for your white pants, Amy, just quietly.
Yeah, I'm always worried about all the white clothing that I wear to these videos.
Yum, yum.
Oh, you know what it reminds me of?
Bapchas.
Bapcha Kuonki.
Bapchas Guamki.
So there's a dish, a Polish dish that Bapcha, my grandma, always used to make for us called guomki. So it's basically rice wrapped in cabbage leaves, and then you've got that tomato sauce. So the idea of having tomato sauce with rice, it just reminds me of Bapcha.
Who'd have thought Hong Kong Polish fusion? Who would have thought?
And nice with a little cheesiness.
The cheesiness is lovely too.
Maybe we should experiment. Next time we make guomki, we should put some cheese on top.
Oh, I know what Bapcha would say about that.
Probably would not be a fan. Next up, we've got the wonton noodle soup, which we probably should have had first. It's definitely one of those dishes best appreciated fresh, but oh well, better late than never. Wontons are iconic in Hong Kong.
Cheers.
I like the texture inside. Like you've got the pork and the prawn is really juicy and crunchy. And then you've got that soft pork on the outside.
Really tender.
A nice texture sensation.
That broth is delicious too.
The broth is so
Really
good.
nice.
It's really comforting and umami and
Oh, yeah.
slightly salty. So Dad's requested we put him out of his misery and go in next and try that oxtail there. And oh my days, it looks so rich and packed full of flavor. You can definitely see like the oxtail element. You know, it's kind of circular, and then on the inside you have the bone. Here you go, oxtail.
So, first time.
I mean, yeah, me too.
Wow, tender.
Oh man. Oh, I love that flavor. Like first things first, like it's just so tender, it just falls off.
That sauce
Really
is
tender.
really delicious.
Yeah,
it's peppery.
And a little bit sweet as well.
Yeah,
Peppery
really
and sweet
delicious.
and
Rich.
really
very
rich.
yeah.
Goes well with rice.
A real stew.
When I eat this, I feel like I'm like in the attic of a really homey house, looking out over the stone-walled village with a fire and a book. What I'm getting at with this is it's just really warm and comforting and hearty and also very European in flavor actually. Definitely got those cozy attic window looking over the Shire vibes. I think this might be a contender for my top dish of the day. And it's still something I would have ordered.
Mum, do you want to finish off my bone? I'm glad we had that last. It's very rich and pretty whack bang flavour.
And I think we might have made a boo-boo here. We've completely forgotten about the egg sandwich, and all I can say is it's gonna be hard to outflavor that oxtail dish we just had. I mean, check out how big that sandwich is. We've got that fluffy egg in there, white bread. I don't think I've ever had Spam.
I don't think I've ever had an egg sandwich at dinner. But
We're breaking all the rules
breaking
tonight.
all the rules.
For me, Spam is very nostalgic. When I used to go camping when I was a little girl, in the oldie days when you didn't have fancy fridges that you could plug into electric things, we had to have things that you could have in a can.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of spam when I was camping. So I can't say I've had spam since I've been camping a long, 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 long time ago.
Yeah, Mum.
We'll get your hands on that and
Alright.
see
Oh.
if it brings back the memories. That is
Oh.
a hefty sandwich.
Oh,
Here you go,
there
Dad.
Wrap your lips
You do
around
the.
Oh,
Oh, look, it's all coming out. A lot of egg in there. Is it like
there's
the egg?
something about the taste of spam that just comes straight back to. There's nothing like the taste of spam.
Really? You like it?
It's very, very nostalgic.
If you're going to leave it up to me, I'm going to say, hello, chicken wings, honey and pepper. You have your spam.
Yeah, I think I'm with Dad on this. It's my first time having spam. I'm not like over enthused by it. I don't know. Not my favorite thing on the table.
No.
Not bad, but not especially like. Woo.
I think if you came in for lunch and had that and a cup of tea coffee, that's
Oh,
great.
that would be really good. I think we've just had so many
For dinner.
amazing
Yeah.
flavors here. Yeah.
Hey, when you went camping back in the old days, did the horse and carriage take you there very far, or?
Is your life insurance up to date?
Oh my gosh, the French toast literally couldn't have come at a better time. Oh, it's so thick. Something I do have to say is that I have not come across two Hong Kong French toasts that look alike. They all look completely different. I've had thin ones, I've had thick ones. This is the thickest one I've ever had. So we've got three sauces here. We've got a honey, a maple syrup, and condensed milk. So this is a must-have.
Oh boy.
Oh, and it gets all melty and delicious.
Oh, wow.
And we got some syrup here. Now we're gonna cut it in half and see how it looks on the inside. You can already smell how buttery it is. Butter.
Butter on the inside. Oh, yes.
Please
Go
dig
ahead.
in and try your first ever French toast.
It's nice.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's rich. Boy, there's no way you could eat one of those by yourself, is it?
I mean, I had it for breakfast every single morning. I was in Hong Kong.
You have it like this and mop up all the juices there. Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, I can't wait any longer. I need to have some French toast. I have been craving this for the last few weeks. Enjoy. I just feel like it's such a perfect food. It just hits all the main corners of flavor. You've got the sweet, you've got the salty, you've got the buttery, you've got the creamy, you've got the nutty. It's like
Everything.
A girl who loves her peanut butter.
That
I'm
is
a big
beautiful.
peanut butter fan.
Very
It adds
good.
an extra dimension to it. And with the butter as
Try
well.
with it. Is this going to affect my diet?
Yes. I like. Ooh.
Oh, that was close.
Oh, that was
Oh, she
close
is
on the
skilled,
white
this
pants.
young one.
She said to me, oh my, watch my white pants, watch my white pants, watch my white pants. She nearly did it on the last
I was like Spider-Man. That was crazy.
the last take of the night.
Okay, wow, that was really close. But we have come to the end of our Tartanting in Sydney experience. I'm so glad we could make this video. This is a video I'd kind of put off making for years and years, doing our food adventures here in Sydney. I've always known they've had these Hong Kong cafes, but I haven't ever known enough about them. They're very intimidating for a first timer. So many different varieties of food, and I think when you come to a situation like that, you just go with what you're familiar with, like fried noodles or fried rice or a wonton noodle soup. But there's just so much variety on the menu, so many amazing things to discover. So I hope that this video maybe inspires you sitting at home watching this video to actually come to one of these Hong Kong style cafes and try some new dishes. Like, what would be your thing that you'd recommend to someone?
I'd come anytime and have the French toast or the a pineapple bun and either a coffee, tea and one of these iced teas. I'd come back and have the oxtail.
Oh, it's
I'd come
amazing.
back and have the
He'd basically have everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
everything.
What about you, Mum?
I am happy to say, I loved that wonton soup.
Yeah.
I loved it. And next time, if you're not here filming, I might actually get to have it when it's
Have it
hot.
hot, yeah.
That'll
I
be
know.
normal.
I'm stuck. You get to eat so much amazing food and it's always cold. Oh. Well, anyway, that's actually going to bring us to the end of this round of Australian food adventures. We actually head to Bali in a few days. I don't know if I've made this official or public with you guys, but I'm actually going to get married in Bali. Not this time, but the next time. So we're going to go check out the venue, taste test the menu.
So excited.
I'm really excited. So
wow.
yeah, stay tuned. Thanks for tuning into these Australian food adventures with Mum and Dad. It's always a pleasure to be here and do this with you. And yeah, that's going to be it from us.
And I was just going to say one more thing.
Yes,
Remember to SLCNB.
SLCNB, which is
Subscribe,
yes,
like,
yes,
comment,
yes.
and bye.
Bye. Be a part of the Food Adventure Club. I mean, get a few friends and family, make your own Food Adventure Club. So yeah, thanks guys so much, SLCB, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.